Well, good morning, Chloe. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm out here in the garage, and I've got just exciting news. Instead of having to find a new compressor, I got an old compressor working. It's just a fantastic thing, and it'll take me a while to stand up, so I'll meet you up there. I tell you what, when you get down there to talk to her at her level, I myself almost need a ladder to climb back up. Well, I got this old compressor, and it's 6 horsepower, 60 gallon, about 1992 vintage. I bought 2 of them, and I distinctly remember the price for both of them was under $1,000. So I figured this one was toast. So I go, well, I'm going to see what a new air compressor cost. And believe it or not, these things are like 3 times more expensive now for the same thing. This is DeVille Biss, and the brand seems to have died, but they're all about the same. And this thing can be totally rebuilt. It's got a couple small problems with it, but it's working, and it was stuck. And I thought I would show you how I got it loose. You know, the pump loose. You got to be careful with this stuff. So I'll show you what I did. Remember the lead hammer? Very important too. I gave it a couple of smacks like that. Then I went like this. Got it loose. So now it's loose. And let's fire it up here. I don't want to get tangled in when I got the guard off. It's a miracle. Okay, I'll be back in a second here. I'm going to let this pump up. It's awful loud. Well, I think you can see what I'm doing there. I got a die grinder here. It's actually best for carbide burrs, and I'm going to put a burr in it, and I'll show you the procedure. Now, many good die grinders, like this Cleco, use Erickson collets. That's an Erickson 1/4 inch collet, and you want to be sure and have this stuff clean. I just cleaned the socket out there, and I like to put a drop of oil. Let me get a drop of oil on there. This is like spindle oil, number 6 spindle oil. There we go. And just get some oil on there. And put that, now that's an Erickson 200 DA. Okay. That all feels pretty good. Okay, here's a long shank carbide burr. I actually cut a little bit off of it because it was too long, but it's nice to have that length when you're reaching down into things. And when you're using a long burr, it's more of a problem if it's running out on the end. And they don't work very well running out more than 2000s. So I'm going to snug that in there. I'll put a dial indicator on here. This M.A. Ford burr, I believe, and they're good quality. I always buy really good quality burrs. Yeah, I've got a little bit of run out. You see that? Let's get, just a guy, I gotta get my little hammer, so just hold on a second. Okay, back here with the one-eyed hammer. It's essential. You gotta have a real small one for this. Okay, I got that carbide burr in there. And what I saw that it runs out. Let's see, let's get you over a little more here if I can. Yeah, not bad, I guess. So we're running out. Let's just see how much. Oh, about 4 thousandths almost there. Every bit of 4 thousandths. Okay, I snuck that in, and we'll see if that will true up. Now these are tough grinders here. It's got a steel body. Okay, there's a high spot. I'm going to pull it back and give it a tap. See if it did any good. Not much. Give it more of a pull and a tap. Uh-oh. A little better. Let's see where we're at here. Get that adjusted as good as I can. I think I moved things a little. Okay, we're just about 2 thousandths. Let's get a little better. Pulling it back and giving it a wrap. That's still about 2. Might be as good as it gets, huh? That's about 1. 1.5, 2. That's within very good range. Okay, I will power this up and I'll show you some grinding or burr using. Oh, here we are. Hey, this is my first video using a new computer, and I think it's just going to be a lot better. I have a lot more room and can make better videos. And I got a great donation from Mel, and he's going to buy an interface for microphones, and another fellow's going to send a microphone. So this old guy can get some things going that way. And I got the old air compressor going, and I'm getting my old Airpower stuff set up. And I thought I'd show you how I have this set up. Okay, let's have a look down here. Now I have this, broke the little gauge here, but it still works remarkably. So the incoming air comes in here, and this here is a filter water trap. This is an air tool oiler, which is important when you use these really good air tools. And here it is. Here's the Cleco, and I'm gonna have to. Okay, we're running about 10 pounds of air. And let's see if I can, you know, I can set you right down there and point that up and you can see. Okay, that'll work. Okay, this is how I control these things. I grab them, of course the safety thing's removed. I grab them like this. I usually have a deerskin glove for, if I'm going to use them for a while, and hold the trigger all the way up. And this is, see? So this thing runs on just a couple of pounds of air, and they work really good for using carbide burrs because they've got more power at low speed. Okay, so I'll demonstrate that. Okay, so I set the speed. I have to reach down and adjust it as I'm grinding. And I just got a piece of aluminum in here, just a scrap left over from making that Harig thing. Oh, here I am, hooking you up. Yeah, we're gonna have a better sound. I can use this old camera, this GoPro, which is just really good because it's just really, really tough. So on these die grinders here, hold on, stepping on the hose. And I use beeswax, but very sparingly. Just a little bit, not too much. It'll kind of do something weird if you use too much. Okay, now I'm gonna adjust, this is a ball. And it's the best to do shaping with because it has a minimal contact. See, it's more like, let me crank her up. See what the pressure is there. It's about 7 pounds. See, it's kind of almost more like filing. I get a little more up there. Yeah, I'll come around that sharp corner. But you have a lot of control with a ball. I've got quite a few air tools that are kind of specialty. Now these are aircraft, and they're used for grinding out aircraft rivets and fuselages. And it's made by that company Cleco. You see it right there, C-L-E-C-O, and they're famous for aircraft riveting tools. Clecos, they call them. And this is their specialty grinder for grinding out rivets if you're replacing aluminum panels on an aircraft. And these are extremely expensive. I'm giving you a heads up, they can be found pretty cheap on famous auction sites. You see the power these things have? And they're rebuildable. You can buy a rebuild kit for somewhat over $100. It's well worth it. So I'm working this down a little bit here. Now keep in mind how long a shank I got on this and how well it's doing. See, I could get down into a casting that's been weld repaired and start blending it in. Okay, so now I reach down and choose another. This is a good one here. This is an egg. Let's try that one. And I got 4 of those powered up from that manifold there. 4 of them ready to go. so I don't have to dink around and true the burrs in, right? I get a little beeswax, not too much. Just touch it, and it'll keep the aluminum from welding into the burr. But if you get too much wax on it, it's like it swamps it and it doesn't cut as well. See, the chips are flowing right off that. It's all about the chips, isn't it? I hope you enjoy my Millwright channel. That's where we take all kinds of different kinds of tools like this and apply them to our needs. Now, it's not tools you'd find off the Snap-on truck, but I think some of those grinders are pretty good. You'll have to make the decision. See, that's pretty good. Then I got one that should smooth that a little bit more. You can probably hear that compressor out there. I'm going to have to, I got it out there with the idler motor for the phase converter. And the phase converter motor's in a doghouse. And I need to put the air compressor in a soundproof outhouse. And I'll tell you something about those air compressors. I've seen those things blow up, and I don't like being around them. The tanks can burst on them. Oh, I need a little wax on that. Sister Deb. Now I can just pat it there and smooth it. I think they call this a flame shape. I use either MA Ford or metal removal brand. I've never tried any import. In the long lengths anyway. I've tried some imports in the short ones and they don't hold up. Seeing that smoothing out nice? Tips running nice and true. I showed you how to do it. It's the same with any collet. Okay. I got a lot more air tools to show as we go along. Okay, I'm going to show you one more thing and we'll call this a video. Okay, down here at the back of the cutter grinder, I just stuck an old C-clamp there. Really cool old one too. And this is the filter for the Harig Air-Flo, and I got it hooked up here. I find these handy. This is an inline air blow gun. Okay, so that goes to a whip hose, which is a short hose like I have on those grinders, on those Clecos, and it goes up to here where I can quickly disconnect it when I need to. And check it out. Isn't that sweet? I can do some grinding with that now. That thing is working perfectly. I feel very lucky. I'm going to take the best care of that I can because I don't think anybody rebuilds these anymore. This thing is so smooth that the weight of this thumb screw here Look at that, brings it right to the bottom. Okay. It's hard to stop doing that. Okay, I'm going to load this video, and thanks everybody for the donations. And it's going a long way to making more and better videos. Okay, bye.